Hey, good morning, guys, and welcome to the goofiest show you'll ever see. So my name is David Moss Jr. I am a father of 4, and I'm a content creator. And I made a few videos recently where I peek behind the curtain of my real life and kind of show just some real things. And I've had a lot of great feedback from those. And I've had some people ask me to make a video on what I eat in a day. Now I will go ahead and forewarn you, nothing you're gonna see in this video will be impressive. It'll be things you can absolutely do. I feel like I'm in the greatest shape and the greatest health of my life. There's gonna be some things you're gonna see in this video that you're gonna question. Wow, you can really do that? And I'm gonna tell you, I don't know. I get my blood work done every single quarter, and I make changes on my diet, my workouts, and basically the structure of my entire life. Every quarter I make some micro tweaks just to try to optimize. So what you're gonna see here is a snapshot of what I am currently doing on a regular basis to test and see if I can get away with it. So here we go. So the first thing I do is I get outside, I get my bare feet on the grass, and when the sun is coming up, I literally just look straight at the sun, like straight into the sunlight. I wanna get sunlight in my eyes, I wanna get sunlight on my face. I'm wearing this goofy hat because this is my camera to show you the POV when I'm cooking and stuff. I'm just trying it out, it's pretty heavy, pretty uncomfortable, but I get sunlight and I get a few steps in. The goal is to try to get 500 steps in the yard, in the morning before I put anything in my body. Am I extremely strict on that? No, but I do have this Garmin watch that tracks my steps, and me and my kids all wear Garmins and Apple Watches and all those fun goofy stuff. But me and my wife and my kids all wear step counters, so we have these little competitions every day to see who gets more steps. So we make it fun, try to get a few steps in here in the yard in the morning before I put anything in my body. Oh yeah, there's one more cool thing, check this out. So we love doing this. We come out here to the lake in the morning. It's a Monday, my whole family just left. It's one of the last days of school. We leave in a couple of days for Costa Rica for a week, and we go from Costa Rica to New York. We're actually gonna spend a week with Paul Saladino, pretty much at his house in Costa Rica, and then go to New York for our first high rocks. So we're gonna miss this for a little bit, but it'll be all right. All right, I'm gonna do it with you in my hand. So this is our little Sea World. I have this food here, fish food, and every morning, we throw it out there, and we have our own little show. It's pretty cool. We have brim, catfish, bass. Yeah, it's fun. And then come out to the end of the dock. Thank God for this beautiful day. There's a lot of morning habits you're not gonna see in this video because I don't want it to be too long and too random to a lot of you. But if you don't know, I love Jesus Christ, so I make sure I spend morning time with him in the Bible. And though I will say this, like having a relationship with Jesus doesn't mean, you know, being super duper specific in Bible time and stuff like that. It's good, it helps. It helps us. Like it really just helps us get more connected to him. But like there's nothing saying you have to spend 30 minutes every morning in your Bible, on your knees, praying. He just wants a relationship with us. And when I found that out is when it all changed for me. Like I treat Jesus like he's my best friend. He's in every conversation I have. And it's not super professional. Oh man. But I will say this, any tiny little bit of success that I've seen in my life, I give all the glory to him. None of this is me. I'm just being obedient most of the time. All right, let's go get some food. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do is I like to make a little concoction, a little drink with some Relight hydration powder and some Armra Colostrum. Now I will tell you this, spoiler alert, this video is sponsored by Armra Colostrum, and I'm very excited they're sponsoring this video because it's a big staple in my diet. Colostrum is huge, it's key, it's bioavailable, our bodies can actually use it. There's a lot of stuff that we take supplement-wise that our bodies really can't even use. So I'll tell you more about colostrum when we get inside and make this, but I'll just say if you don't take colostrum, that's okay, but you might want to try. And Armra Colostrum actually has a sale. If you're watching this between May 23rd and May 26th, they have this huge sale that only happens twice a year. It's a Memorial Day sale, and it gives you 20% off your entire order, whether you're a new customer or a subscribing customer already. 20% off your entire order. It's a phenomenal time to stock up on the tubs, on the sticks that you can take with you. We're about to travel a lot, so I'm gonna be bringing a ton of Armra with me. On the jars, you can get all the different flavors you want. 20% off, stock up now. Make sure you use my link and discount code, which will be down in the description of this video below, and share that with your friends because this really does only happen twice a year. Let's go make it now. One more thing about this hat. So I have the Meta Ray-Ban glasses. You're probably, if you're watching this and you know of them, you're probably like, David, why aren't you wearing them? I let my buddy Ricky Ireland and his brother Nick Ireland, the Ireland boys, borrow them for a couple videos, and just haven't got them back. So Ricky, if you're watching this, bro, I need my glasses. All right, so in my little bottle here, I have some reverse osmosis water and some Relight hydration powder. Now, let's load up with some Armra. So on the serving, you can do, it says back here, 1 scoop, right? 1 scoop is 1 gram of Armra Colostrum. But you can take more. And this is why the cell is so huge, because you can get more of it for less. So I'm gonna do 3 scoops in here. Scoops are small. You know, my daughter, my oldest daughter, she likes to just take it like this and just toss it back like a pixie stick almost. It's good, but I mean, it's definitely like, you have to really love that. But here's a couple things about colostrum that you might, like there's a lot we could talk about, but that's not what this video is. Colostrum's good for the gut, it's good for the immune system. Plain and simple. That's why I take it. That's why my kids take it. We travel a lot, they're in school, I want them to be healthy, I want to be healthy, my wife wants to be healthy, and if taking colostrum can help with that, we're in. This is the unflavored. They have a ton of other flavors too. So basically I throw that in the water. I also throw it in my coffee, smoothies. You can throw a scoop in anything, just depending on what you're gonna have that day. Shake it up, and then down the hatch. It's good. And I am gonna use a couple apps to track this day, just because I don't do it on a regular basis. I'm gonna use the MyFitnessPal, so I'm gonna throw everything into that. And then also, you probably see on the back of my arm, I've been working with levels for a little bit, testing out my blood glucose. I get my blood work done on a regular basis, and I have Hashimoto's. I also am pre-diabetic. I've been pre-diabetic since the first time I ever got my blood work done, and I have gotten it better, but it's still in that like just barely pre-diabetic stage. And when you see what I eat in a day, you'll probably be like, oh, well, obviously it makes sense because I do have a sweet tooth and I satisfy that sweet tooth. I try to do this 80-20% rule. 80% clean, single ingredient, nutritious foods. 20% I leave for fun. I have 4 kids. You can see in my B-roll, and probably you'll see throughout this video, there's snacks laying around my house all day, and I try to avoid most of them, but sometimes I'm a dad, you know? Sometimes I do. I'm not a fitness influencer where I need to be shredded all the time. So like I play a little bit. And I think that's why this video might be helpful for more people than I'm thinking, because it's more relatable. Sometimes I watch the what I eat in a day videos from my friends and people who are athletes. And I'm like, man, that's so cool. But you don't have kids. You're not married. You don't have school. There's just a lot of things that are variables that, you know, they don't really have to think about. And it makes it easier. Like if I was by myself, I wouldn't have Cheez-Its or potato chips or applesauces sitting on my counter. But guess what? I absolutely love my kids. They're the greatest thing that ever happened to me in my life. My wife, Jesus, and my kids, that's it. That makes me super stoked on life. So I'll deal with this part of it. And hopefully some of the stuff I go over in this video will be a great alternative to what you're currently doing. And maybe you'll have some suggestions for me. That's the reason I'm vulnerable and sharing this real stuff with you, not to satisfy a craving I have to share it, but to hopefully connect with 1 or 2 people out there that are in a similar boat and want to also share what they've been doing that's helpful. So if you have some experience and if you have some advice, share it in the comments below. Everyone reads the comments. Like in YouTube, it's totally different from like Instagram and TikTok. We do read the comments on YouTube. And when they're very helpful comments, they're helpful for not only me, but the other people who might be reading them. So feel free to do that. Anyway, I'll be using MyFitnessPal and then the Levels app. Now that we've got that down the hatch, we're gonna go collect breakfast. That's right, we're gonna collect breakfast. These are my girls. I recommend everyone in the world get chickens. They are the best pets. They eat all your scraps, they don't complain. They're fun, they're clean. People think chickens are dirty. They're not. Same people who say chickens are dirty probably have dirty dogs. I do. Excuse me, girl. Let's see if she's in here laying right now. How many of you guys have seen that video of the chicken laying an egg and it's a guy spitting an egg out of his furry? Or I first saw that, I cracked up. There we go. These are my girls. I usually let them out, but Today, I don't know, we'll see. I feed them a high quality food too, so no junk, and they eat all my scraps. So these eggs, they hit different. And here we go, breakfast. I eat a lot of eggs. Now let's get started making breakfast. So I typically eat eggs. We have chickens. So eggs are just an easy thing. These are some fresh eggs, like still hot, but you can feel it. But yeah, I love eggs. I wish everybody in the world could have chickens because they are like, they're garbage disposals, cuts back on waste. They'll eat literally everything. If you have food that's started to expire, they don't care, they'll eat it. So my typical egg meal is just 5 eggs scrambled with some salt and butter or coconut oil. And then while I'm making this, got my pan over there heating up. And while I'm making this, I'm making a coffee, which is typically 2 double shot of Americanos. And I'll actually put a raw egg yolk in my coffee too. Couple things about where I live, it's very, there's not a lot of farms, which is weird. I live in Florida, Tampa, Florida, and there's not a lot of farms where I can get raw dairy, which is kind of unfortunate, kind of sucks. Like I wish I could, because I absolutely would, and I would a lot. There's one place that I found that I can get raw dairy, and it's like 1 time a week. Sometimes they don't get shipments. It's like 30 minutes from my house, so it's not ideal. It's not ideal at all. Use some coconut oil today. Switch between using coconut oil, tallow, butter. I know everybody has like this whole like, you know, keep it simple habits, like boom, eat the same thing every single day. I eat the same thing every day, but I throw variety into it. Like, you know, I use butter. Sometimes I'll do apple cider vinegar. Like I'm not super consistent, and I don't know if that's a horrible thing. I feel like that makes me more versatile, personally, because I don't want to be one of those people who, like, when I go places, like, I'm kind of that annoying person that has to have everything a specific way, have to have my bed a specific way. Like, I could sleep on the floor. I could sleep on the floor if I needed to. Could sleep in a twin bed with 3 of my kids if I needed to, which we've done. Try to be versatile. I think there's something to that. I feel like everybody feels, you know, I was one of them. I was one of those people who, like, I would watch people's morning routine and I'd be like, dang, I suck. And that's definitely not what I want to do with my content. I don't want people to feel like they suck or that they're failing at life, because there's plenty of that going around. Plenty of reasons and opportunities for us to believe that. When in reality, most of the people that we watch and see who we think have it all figured out, they actually don't. It's a lonely life, you know. I don't know. There's some honey. I like throwing a little bit of honey in my coffee. It's probably a lot. You saw that. You saw it. And over here, here's my little trick. So, crack it, take the top off the egg. I know you guys are probably watching me throw these shells away. You're probably cursing me out. And remember, this isn't scripted. I'm like literally trying to figure out how to film, cook, clean, all this. So kudos to like Dan Churchill and the guys out there who got this all figured out. Truth be told, I wasn't much of a cook most of my life. My wife was, and I went to work. Now she goes to work and I cook. She still cooks a lot. She still cooks the majority of the time. But now that I'm a content creator and I'm home, I am cooking for myself and cooking and cleaning a lot, which is cool. It's like a whole new skill set that I didn't have, and I'm learning it. So if you have any pointers for me, shoot them my way. Oh shoot, that's right, we just cleaned everything out. Huh. This is always backup plan. The Sweet Tooth, Chobani, sweet cream. This is the only creamer at Publix that isn't complete garbage. And I shop at Publix, where shopping is a pleasure. I feel like I'm missing stuff in here. Try to throw another scoop of Armra. That in there. There's a lot of other stuff you can throw in here. Some salt, Salt's always good in coffee, I think. Speaking of salt, holy farts, I'm over here making my coffee and forgetting my eggs. Oh dear. I tell you what's throwing me off is this contraption on my head. It's so heavy. This might be the most silly video I've ever made. Alrighty then. Gotta get real salt. Don't want to dump salt up there. A little salt in the coffee. Alright, taste our coffee. Obviously delicious. I put way too much honey and way too much cream. Eggs look good. Now let's go eat. All right, I love to eat outside. Personally, I think eating outside is a hack. If you get a chance to, like if you work somewhere and you have the ability, get outside when you're eating. I'm sure some biological things happen. I know neurologically, I just feel at peace when I'm eating outside. Even when I was working 60, 70, 80 hours a week, I loved getting outside and eating. I'd get outside and walk as much as possible. Try to move. Movement is medicine. So if you're not feeling great, get outside and move. Just get outside in nature. Get outside, walk through a forest, go walk by the beach. It's healing for sure. And not in some woo-woo way, like it's legit. So now this is my first meal. I've hydrated. I've got a coffee that I look forward to. I've got a meal that I know is gonna give me some protein. Actually, let's go ahead and do that. Before I eat, before I pray, I'm going to MyFitnessPal. We're gonna plug in. We're gonna log eggs. Let's see here, 4, we have 5 eggs, and we have 1 egg yolk. 1 egg yolk, boom, boom. We had sweet cream. I put 4 tablespoons in there. I'm just gonna say yes, it's not perfect. And then lineage honey. I'm gonna try to log literally everything. Yeah, lineage honey, there we go, boom. 1 tablespoon, I'm gonna put 2. I like to overshoot. All right, cool. So we can see all of our numbers here on MyFitnessPal. This video is not sponsored by MyFitnessPal or Levels. It is sponsored by Armra, and I definitely encourage people to check them out. Links down below. 33 grams of protein. So this one got me 33 grams of protein, 56 carbs, which I'm gonna need sugar, fat, all sorts of fun stuff there. All right, now we eat. Father God, thank you so much for this day. Thank you for everyone watching this video. Thank you for this food. Thank you for my chickens and this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful day. Lord, I pray that you bless our families indeed, that you enlarge our territories of influence and give us the confidence knowing exactly who we are, made in you and in your image. Lord, I ask that you protect us from evil, from heartache, from pain, and I ask that you bless us in our steps today and our thoughts and in our actions. In Jesus' name, amen. Now we eat. Breakfast is down the hatch. Let's take this goofy hat off. Oh my gosh, that's heavy. Breakfast is down the hatch. Now it's time to go work out. I'm not gonna film that. If you do wanna see what I do in my workouts, and I work out at my house, I built my gym out there, I'll make another video for you. Let me know in the comments if you want to see kind of my style workout. I'll show you how I write it. I won't sell you programming. I'll show you how I write it. I'll show you what I do, kind of show you my mental focus and what's been working for me lately. But I'm gonna go work out, do a couple chores around the house, and then we're gonna eat lunch. So we're about to write our workout, but before we do that, we gotta get this. I know some people are gonna watch this and be like, David, you do pre-workout? Yep. This is pretty much the only pre-workout I do. And I've tried like the honey and salt, and that's good. And honestly, it's good, especially if I'm going on long runs. But this is what I do. Kind of same thing. I'm a huge fan of the Redmond Real Salt brand. Have been for a while. This is a sleeper no one even knows about. Like none of my friends in the fitness industry have even heard of this. So Relay has a pre-workout. They have peach mango. They've got another flavor too. Holy smokes, man. Just so you know, prepare. If you do want to get some of this, there's a link down in the description below. Just so you know, that's probably one of the biggest deficiencies we all have. It has calcium, magnesium, chloride, sodium, and potassium, right? Also, coconut water. Also, a BCAA blend of leucine, isoleucine, and valine, L-theanine, beta-alanine, which is going to give you that little tingle, has natural caffeine from green tea extract, taurine, panax ginseng root, and maca root. So that's it, right? 1 scoop of this, 8 to 12 ounces of water. It's going to get me moving. like in such a good way, and hydrate me. That's the one thing like people don't realize when you do these pre-workouts or these like energy drinks you get at the grocery store or a gas station, how bad they really are. Like they dehydrate you, and there's studies coming out now. I'm not a big study guy, but like these are kind of interesting. There's studies out now that if you drink those as your pre-workout, you actually like grow less muscle. I know people say the same thing about cold plunging, and I don't believe that. So I don't know. Some people think that it's real, some people don't. I think it's something we test, right? Let's put some of this water in here. Oh my gosh, so when I'm filming, I get so thrown out of sorts. I almost forgot. Another thing I like to throw in my pre-workout is a little bit of creatine. This is just Momentous creatine. Put a scoop in there. Let's do a scoop. I try to do a scoop of this. I'll do some of the creatine gummies every once in a while. Once again, I'm not super consistent on a lot of these things. What you're seeing in this video is the consistencies. Consistently, I use Relights pre-workout. Consistently, I'll throw a scoop of creatine when I have it in this. Sometimes I even throw it in my coffee, but not all the time. So trying to keep it somewhat consistent. All right, now let's write this workout. All right, here we are. It is lunchtime. It's about 12:16. Had a great workout, had some great wellness, did some work. Now it's time to cook. Let's cook. So we're gonna put something together here. So let's go ahead and make a spot over here. Let's do this. Go ahead and get the gas rolling. It takes like 3 times to get this thing going. Boom, boom. Turn this little guy on. Hello, turn on. There we go. And we'll grab. I like this pan. I don't even know what it is. I've had it for a long time. It's made out of rock. Like it's made out of volcanic rock. Get that thing hot. Go over here. We still got us? Yeah, we got us. Cool. So we are definitely gonna do some fruit. I shop at Publix a lot because it's 5 minutes from my house and there's really no other place to go. I'm gonna cook this because it looks like it's not looking good. We'll cook that one for Goldie. Oh, sorry, girl. Speaking of Goldie. Alrighty then. I also hate that they wrap this up in saran wrap, but it is what it is. So we've got a pound of ribeye. I typically order my beef from Primal Beef. I highly recommend that, but because we're gonna be gone so much this month, we'll be gone for literally 2 straight weeks. I didn't want to waste any, even though you freeze it. So I didn't order any, bummer. So kind of stuck with the next thing. I wouldn't even say the next best thing because at the end of the day, I found out green-wise, beef isn't even grass-fed, but spoiler alert, you don't have to eat only grass-fed beef to like take your health to the next level. I think a lot of people think that's what you have to do, like you have to eat grass-fed beef. It's that or nothing, and I'm here to tell you that it's not. Any beef is gonna give you the amino acid profile that you're not getting from a lot of the foods that we eat. And though I'm not a scientist here to explain it all, I am gonna tell you that this is a step in the right direction versus a lot of lunch foods that America's eating. Most people will order out, get something with fries. Maybe it's a burger from Five Guys, because that seems healthier than McDonald's, right? But when you get that bun and you get those fries, I mean, you are just entering in a cesspool of junk into your body, and our bodies don't like it. So this is what we could eat. Obviously, this is not what you could eat every day. We can't eat ribeye every day. This is an expensive meal, but you can eat it some days. And instead of eating this, you can get ground beef, or you can just get top sirloin. You don't have to get ribeye. I just happen to have it and we're about to leave, so I want to eat this, right? So don't go crazy and think you have to like overspend money on this diet if you want to eat healthy. Also, when you're eating foods like this is something that I found to be true and I thought it was really cool. When you're eating foods like this, like, let's just be real. This entire 2 pounds of pineapple is $10. I don't need to eat 2 pounds of pineapple, so I'm not gonna eat $10 worth of pineapple. But dude, the sirloin for almost a pound is $8 and $23 for the ribeye. Dude, have you ever checked the Uber Eats like delivery fees and tip? That's what you're paying in delivery fees and tip sometimes. That's what we're paying anyway. So anyway, I ramble and digress as I typically do. This is a different style video for me where I kind of like it. I kind of like talking while I'm doing stuff. I have ADHD, so this is kind of just like my life, what happens. All right, in my preparation I'm a very simple guy. My wife, totally different from me when it comes to this. So in my preparation, I take just some real salt, and I like the Wasatch steak, but this one here, the Red Rock barbecue, is also delicious. I'm gonna do the Red Rock barbecue. In this is another Redmond real salt product. This is pretty much what I put on everything. The Wasatch is really good too. Today I'm feeling a little bit sweeter. So once again, I'm not here to impress you and make you think that I'm this crazy health nut who only eats super clean. You're gonna see it all. Ancient sea salt, so I'm gonna put a little extra salt. It does have organic allulose, garlic, paprika, onion, black pepper, smoked paprika, ginger, turmeric root, rosemary, and thyme. It's just good. I don't put a lot of it on, but I do put quite a bit of salt. So we're gonna salt these little sirloins and this ribeye. Smack it in there. I don't know, once again, I'm new to this chef world. So if you're a chef out there watching me, send me some pointers, man. Post them in the comments below for me and anybody watching who's also on my level, which isn't very high. I'm gonna put some of this on there. Just gonna give it a nice little sweetness. It's really good on chicken. It's really good on fish too. I don't cook fish often. My wife doesn't really eat fish, so that's just when I'm home alone, and I know she won't be home soon because it does leave a little smell in the house, right? So here's what we're getting. Here's what we're eating right here. Nice fat ribeye. This is about a pound of ribeye. We're gonna throw it in there. I'm gonna take another almost pound of sirloin, throw it in there, whatever's left, Goldie gets to eat. You know, this house is brand new. We just rebuilt this house, so God is good. I got this fan on, turn it on to a 4. It's gonna get really loud, and I'm sorry about that, but like, even with this fan on, pulling the smoke from just the steak, right? Like you saw, I put extra virgin olive oil from Paleo Valley. I mean, that's it. That's also the coffee I drink. I don't know if I mentioned that, but the Paleo Valley coffee is my favorite coffee. There's a lot of great coffees out there. It's my favorite. I don't mind saying that. So much to where they've actually asked me to like do some ads with them. I'm down. I'm always down to do ads with brands and companies that I like and I'm already spending money on and using. So one of the things you're gonna realize though, like with the smoke getting sucked out while in this house, there is another thing that I've reviewed that I didn't really care about until I started cooking and noticing this thing working, and I'll show you that in a second. All right, let's see if this thing is, yep, it's so sensitive, which is kind of cool. So this is a Jasper air purifier. I did a full review on it. It's on my YouTube channel. You can find that if you want to. I'll have it linked at the end of this video actually, because it's a really cool product that I don't think a lot of people like give respect to, but that's on. There's a little bit of smoke in the house. Most of us don't cook with the windows open and the doors open. So this is telling me like it's red. It's supposed to be green. It's on critical, air quality critical. That's not good. So it's cleaning the air, but it's also cleaning the air while I'm cooking. So it's kind of like shoveling snow during a blizzard. It's not very effective until I'm done with that. So what I might do right now, and my dog will love this too, is open a door. You might have noticed too when I was eating breakfast outside that I left my door open the entire time. Any chance I get, other than just leaving everything open all day, any chance I get, I leave the doors open, I leave the windows open, try to get fresh air in the house. I'm in Florida, so it doesn't always work out, but it's a good little tip when you can do it. 5-10 minutes, a little fresh air in, it's always good. All right, so lots of noise happening here. Let's go ahead and turn over. And I like to cook on the stovetop because it allows me to cook the outside pretty nice and crispy, but the inside stays kind of raw. I like medium rare steak. Let's get a little look at that. Looks nice. It takes about, I don't know, 10 minutes to cook this. While this is cooking, let's go make some fruit salad. All right, so start with just like, I don't know. I don't measure anything either. I feel like when you have to measure it, obviously I could get way more cut and you know, my results would probably be so much better if I measured everything. I did the whole macro counting thing and yeah, it freaking works. I've definitely been more shredded, but I don't care anymore. Remember, like the whole point of this video is to kind of show you what is possible for anybody. And once you start measuring and weighing your food, it kind of filters out some people. So I don't want to filter anyone out. I want everyone to feel like, oh, he can do it, so can I, right? Top off these strawberries, give it to the chickens. So what I'm doing here is just making a pretty aggressive fruit bowl. It's 12 o'clock right now. A lot of people would argue and say you should have done this early in the day. I agree. I totally agree. And if you're one of those people, by all means, do it. Do it earlier in the day. I like to eat fruit in the middle of the day because this is typically when like that morning energy has started to wear off a little bit, and it's very easy for me to want to either make another coffee or grab an energy drink or something, you know, like, yeah, I do those sometimes. I know I shouldn't. Trust me, my wife tells me all the time. but sometimes I need it or want it. Let's not say need it. Sometimes I just want it. And, you know, every once in a while I indulge. So that's a full fruit bowl. Got me some strawberries, pineapple, blueberries, raspberries, not measured at all. It's an entire bowl. And once again, what I don't eat, I'm gonna give to my dog. So I always try to make a little extra. Me and Goldie, she's my girl. So she's usually right around here. Where's she at? Goldie, you ready to eat, girl? So we're gonna down this real quick. We'll plug what we can into the MyFitnessPal to see where we're at as far as macros, just for fun, and then see what it does to my blood sugar. That's the coolest part. Steak's probably done the way I like it anyway. So turn it off, move it around a little bit. And this is usually a good time to throw some butter on there, a little extra butter. I like to reuse things. So this is the same knife I used for breakfast. I'll actually like reuse it tomorrow, the next day. It's kind of, I don't know, some people might think that's weird and gross and dumb. It's like, you have a dishwasher. Why? I don't know, just a habit. Like, I don't know, kind of use the same cup for a while. Just try to avoid reusing stuff so much. So I like wipe it off and leave it on the counter. My egg pan is sitting over there. Just leave it till tomorrow. It's probably super weird. There's some things I don't do that with, but I do it with a lot. Now Goldie's over here. Now she's here. You want to eat? Oh, she's a stinky dog, man. This girl, no matter how many times I clean her, she goes right in the lake. She plays in the lake with me. She hangs out with me when I work out. She keeps the chickens corralled. She's the sweetest little pup. You the sweetest pup? Gosh, she smells so bad though. I mean, I clean her, but it just doesn't help. All right, let's eat this thing. All right, now let's cut up our steak. Let's cut up the steak. It looks good. That butter melted all on it. We'll get those in a sec. Cut her open and see how she looks. All right, see how she tastes. Lord, thank you so much for the food. This looks so good, and it tastes so good too. That's just how I like it right there. How do you like your steak? I get plenty of fat from my diet. For those of you who might need to like literally dive in on your macros and just keep your fats at a certain area, maybe you're doing keto or you were doing keto and you just like how that made you feel. It's one of the biggest reasons that people on carnivore will eat, or even on keto will eat a ribeye, is to get that fat. You know, that's another reason you should definitely consider just ground beef and not getting the super lean ground beef. We like to get the ground beef from Primal. Primal beef is incredible, and honestly I should have planned this video better and like did it around a time where I got my full shipment of that, because they are somewhat of a sponsor of this channel. I really love Sean Glass. He's the CEO of Primal Beef, and they just have a farm out in the Shenandoah Valley here in America. Amazing place. There you go, girl. I give her the pieces that have a lot of fat. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. You know, my grandma used to literally just eat the fat, but I'm not her. And we got sirloin, which is also very lean. Yeah, that looks so good. One of the secret cuts that not a lot of people get is sirloin cap, also known as picanha. It's apparently in Brazil, it's what they eat most of the time, which is awesome, and I don't blame them. It's so good and it's so cheap. Like, if you can ever find a butcher or go to Publix and just, you know, get there on the, you know, just get lucky at your local grocery store on a day that the butcher cuts some picanha or sirloin cap, you can get like a pound of it for like $9, and it typically has like a little fat around one side of it. So good. I would say it's better than filet mignon personally. I feel like I eat it and I don't feel satisfied, and it's so expensive, it just kind of makes no sense. Kind of like this video where I got this goofy hat contraption on the whole time. I can't wait to see comments on this video. Hopefully it's helpful. You know, I'm sitting here kind of just talking and wondering, is anything I'm saying actually helpful? Is this actually gonna make any sense? And I hope it does. So now let's just pile all this meat on this plate. Over 2 pounds of meat, even with what I gave Goldie. And no, I'm not gonna eat all that, but I'm gonna eat a lot of it. All right. Here we are, round 2. Good time to look at the phone, check some messages. Lord, thank you so much for this day. Thank you for this opportunity to share with my friends out there all over the world. God, I pray that you bless this food, that you bless my family, that you protect us today, that you keep us healthy and safe, that you bless my little pup, that you keep our travels safe, and bless all of our friends out there watching. In Jesus' name, amen. That's so good. So, let's see what it looks like in the old app. Plug in food. I'm gonna go log it as lunch. Ribeye. Let's change that to make 15 ounces of it. Nah, I'll say 14. And then we're gonna put sirloin. See, top cap sirloin. I'll put that in, whatever. Say I'm gonna get half a pound of it, give the rest to Goldie. And then fruit bowl. See if anything pops up. Mixed fruit bowl. It's the one thing that sucks is when you have to like figure out. All right, so today we are at, once this is all down inside me, I'll be at 174 grams of protein, be at 101 grams of fat, and 83 grams of carb. And I had honey, I had creamer, and I've had fruit. Let's go. And then I gotta pick the kids up from school today. Cool beans. And as always, good quality water is a must. I feel great today. I'll tell you how I eat. I mentioned it earlier. I like to eat protein first, whole foods first. But here's the thing, I'm looking at this in front of me. What I know affects my blood sugar in a positive way is if I eat a pretty good serving of the meat first. So I'm gonna eat probably, I cut these up into like 2-inch by 1-inch cubes, are pretty big. I'll probably eat 5 or 6 of these pieces of meat before I have any of the fruit, basically just to get the meat in my system. I don't know what it does, I'm not a scientist, but I know when I do that, when I do eat the fruit, the blood sugar spike is a lot less and it's a lot faster. So I'm gonna keep putting some meat in my system and then enjoy the fruit. And now we get to dig into some fruit. I love fruit, man. God knew what he was doing. He knew what he was doing. We try to reinvent the wheel. And no shame on anybody out there. You do what makes you feel good, as long as it's legal and ethical and biblical. You know, I have a lot of friends that have wrote books and talk about you should never eat alone. I have Goldie here, which is great, but I eat alone a lot. That's gonna change though in a couple days. My wife, Stacy, is actually not going back to work next year. She's gonna stay home after the summer and be with me. We're gonna be full-time content creators together. She has her own channel. It'd be cool if you subscribe. She hasn't really posted much yet, but subscribe so that way when she does, you're in there, have your notifications on, especially if you're a woman or if you have a wife who's into health and wellness or you want to be into health and wellness. We're very similar. She's way more educated and just way cooler than me, but the way she experiments with herself and shares, we're very vulnerable and very open. We like to share things, how they're working, how they're not working. So I'm really excited about that, and it's all because of you watching my videos and purchasing products in my video descriptions using my links and codes. That obviously supports the channel, and super blessed, very grateful to be on this journey with you, and I'm just super grateful. So soon I won't be eating alone as much, and I'm super stoked on that. But for now, I'm eating with you. All right, so I'm about to polish off the rest of this food. The fruit was super good. This is about the time of the day where I'll take one of the few supplements I take. There's a lot of supplements that I have taken and experimented with and still do believe there's some great reasons behind them. For years, I've taken Heart and Soil's beef organs and their whole package. So I usually take the whole package in the morning. That's what I did this morning. And then the beef organs I'll take with lunch. Ricky Ireland. What up, bro? I'm filming right now, so you're live.
Live? Oh my gosh, this is what it feels like?
Yeah, bro, I'm shooting a video what I eat in a day, like legitimately what I eat in a day. So it's not like fabricated or, you know, like a lot of people do this whole like I eat this in a day and they really don't.
So do you want me to drop off your regular crumble cookie that you order every Monday, or do you want me to not come to the vid?
Yes, please. Actually, that's why I answered. I was hoping you were bringing me that crumble cookie.
No, I know, because I deliver it to you every week, so I was just like making sure like you still wanted it this week.
I thought we were doing Crave.
Well, I thought this week you wanted to switch it up, you know?
Oh my gosh.
You wanted they have all the new flavors this week. It's the 1,000 calorie cookie plus week they have.
Can you bring me 2?
Normally you order a whole dozen though.
Well, I know, because we share them.
No, I'm just kidding.
I'm definitely going to have my editor put that in the vid.
Okay.
What are you doing, bro?
But, dude, I'm just working out at my outdoor gym. I was about to finish up here in the next little bit, and then I was going to bring the glasses over, just making sure you're home.
Yeah, bro, come on by. I got to go pick the kids up, so I'll be leaving here at like 2:30.
All right, I'll make it there before 2:30.
You're the man. All right, bro.
All right, bro.
All right, man. See you, bye.
See ya. Bye.
Anyway, as you saw, I just pounded my 6 capsules. What I like about this is it has 600 milligrams of the following: grass-fed beef, liver, heart, kidney, pancreas, and spleen. And it's all encapsulated in gelatin, which is great, in a glass bottle. I'm a huge fan of Heart and Soil supplements. Before I even knew Paul Saladin or got an invite to his house, I've been a big fan. I do have a discount code and link that's down in the description if you want to check this out. Great company. They also have a sister company called Lineage, which has a lot of nutrition that if you're traveling, when I travel, I definitely bring. There's air-dried ribeye, which is so good. So good. They have one of the best collagen supplements on the market. That's why I felt this morning when I was making my coffee, I felt like I was missing something, because literally yesterday I ran out of my Lineage collagen. It's nose to tail collagen, and it's really good. Tried a lot of different collagens out there, but the Lineage collagen is by far, in my opinion, and I'm not paid to say this, one of the best collagen products out there. So they're sold out. That's why I don't have any more. That's how good it is. When a collagen sells out, that's when you know it's good. So I'm done, man. That's a wrap on lunch. I feel really good. I feel really full, honestly. Oh yeah, the other supplement I brought up earlier in this video is Armra Colostrum. And the reason I think that both of these should be a staple in a lot of people's day is most of us are fighting an uphill battle. Most of us, it's very difficult to do this every meal. It's very difficult to have raw grass-fed liver or raw kefir or raw goat's milk or raw cow's milk because they don't have access to it. I mean, look at me, like I live this lifestyle and it's hard for me, and because I don't have access to a lot of it unless I want to order it or buy it in bulk. So it's a problem, or get my own cows, which that's on the table. But for me, it's hard for me to find grass-fed organs around here unless I order them. So just pop in 6 of these capsules. Sometimes I take 2 doses a day. It's been a really cool way for me to get organs and get all the vital nutrition that comes from it without having to actually prepare it myself. I try to eat as much meat as possible and fruit. I try to make sure it's organic. I try to make sure that it's grass-fed if possible, but it doesn't always have to be. And then Armra Colostrum. Colostrum is really good, like I said, for the gut, for your immune system, and it has anti-inflammatory properties. So I've been taking it for a long time now. My kids take it, my wife takes it. These 2 things right here have been a staple in my household well before I ever made a YouTube video. So I'm excited to say that both of them are sponsors of this channel. Armra is sponsoring this video, so make sure you go grab yourself some Armra Colostrum. Stock up, because like I said earlier, they have a 20% off discount that you can use, and that's down in the description below. Make sure you do it. And now that's good, I'm gonna go get some more house chores done, pick the kids up from school, and we're gonna go grocery shopping. And I'd like to bring you along so you can see how we do that. All right, so lunch is done. Now we gotta go get some clothes on, get ready to go pick up the kids from school. Then we're gonna go to the grocery store, get a little bit of food, just enough to last us the day. Oh, somebody's here. What up, bro?
What's up, bro?
You made it, man.
Your Uber Eats delivery.
Oh, let's go.
You ordered this, right? Uber Eats.
Where'd you get this?
Bro, Uber Eats.
Oh my gosh.
You're acting like you don't have it scheduled every week. He has it on Monday. What's today?
What is today?
Monday, 2 o'clock. He has a Uber Eats crumble reorder every single week.
For those of you who don't know, this is Ricky Ireland, good friend of mine, and he's always messing around. I'm
not messing around, dude. He's acting like he doesn't order this every week. I'm just giving you your daily order. I'm dropping it off.
He's crazy. You're crazy. Come in.
Don't open it.
Is there cookies in there?
I had to commit to it.
No, you didn't. Yeah. Did you actually go get cookies?
Yeah.
Just You're crazy, bro. Should we eat them?
No, we can't, because you don't ever eat this.
I mean,
oh wait,
which kind did you get?
Oh, I don't know. Should we look?
Yeah, let's see. Should we look?
Oh no.
Oh, it's already been eaten.
No. Dude, you're acting like you didn't already eat it. How did you get in my car?
All right, we are off to pick up the kids. I know most of you probably don't care about that, and I'm gonna try to keep this super duper short, but we're gonna go get those kids from school and then go grab some food for dinner tonight and grab some food to get us through tomorrow before our trip. So let's go. So I'm here to pick up the kids. The one cool thing about my wife working here is that she gets to bring my son, our son, to the car. What up, buddy? Hey, buddy.
Take me with you.
Come, don't go to graduation. You like my contraption? Ricky's still over at the house. He's sauning right now.
Why didn't he just come with you?
Because I wouldn't have had enough seats. It would have been, him or Ava would have had to sit in the middle. It would have been weird.
That would have been hilarious.
It would have been hilarious. Actually, I should have him come one day. I guess now we've got a long while. He totally pranked me. He's hungry?
You'll get snacks.
We're gonna go to Publix right now.
Oh, I love you guys. Goodbye.
Love you, baby. Oh gosh. What up?
What's on your hat?
What's not? It's my POV camera. Can you see yourself?
Yeah.
Why, you buckled? All right, we gotta go to Publix, guys. Oh no. Me too. All right, ready guys? Yeah, if you want one, go ahead and get a sub. That's up to you. Okay. So we got food for tonight and food for tomorrow. It was insane. It's insane how expensive food is, so I get it. But imagine if everything we just got was at like a farmer's market or something, locally grown. It'd be probably so much cheaper. That's the one thing we gotta get back to here in America. Comment yes if you agree. Food is insane. All right, so that was crazy. First time I've ever brought cameras into a store. We got a lot of looks. To any judgmental parents out there, people that are like, oh my gosh, you let your kids get popcorn chicken and apple juices and all this junk. Yeah, we do. We're not super strict. I don't want to force my kids to do anything they don't want to do. They understand how healthy food makes them feel, and they understand how this junk food makes them feel. And we let them choose. We give them free will. And what sucks is like they'll have a little bit of it and they'll be like, wow, this does taste bad. This tastes like poison. And I think that just helps to solidify that when they have good nutritious foods, they choose it more often. Except for my oldest and my youngest, they only eat carbs and fried foods. So pray for them. All right, it's dinner time, guys. We've made it through the day. We're gonna cook ourselves some chicken, some barbecue chicken. And let's just do a quick look. On my MyFitnessPal, I've tracked everything. We've tracked everything I've had today. I've had 111 carbs, 110 grams of fat, which seems a little light, and 228 grams of protein. Now, I haven't been super duper specific on this because I really don't care. I've never really tracked my macros. I've done it a few times, but we're gonna get this party started. So we are going to cook ourselves some asparagus. We're gonna bake some asparagus. I'm gonna grab that out of here. All right, we're still good, we're good, we're good. We're gonna get some asparagus, we'll wash that down, put a little salt and olive oil on that. We're gonna do some barbecue chicken. And I tell you a little hack, if you get the breasts, you get more weight for cheaper than the cutlets. My wife likes the chicken, and this is pretty thin actually. My wife likes the chicken that's thinner, the cutlets. Oh, that one's thicker. So sometimes I'll just cut it a little smaller for her. So cut it right here. Cook a little bit more. She likes everything done well. That's all I want to hear when I die. Do some thighs. Thighs give you more fat and more flavor, I think. I'm actually kind of new to the thigh game. I've never eaten thighs really growing up. It was always chicken breast, chicken nuggets. And because the point to this video is like showing you what I eat on a pretty typical basis, I do try to prioritize red meat. So most days I will eat burgers, some sort of a ground beef instead of chicken, but I wanted to show a little variety. So we're cooking some chicken for dinner, had eggs for breakfast, had steak for lunch. We're gonna have some vegetables, even though I'm not a massive vegetable fan. But when I do eat vegetables, it's typically asparagus, broccoli, green beans. That's kind of it. Very randomly and seldomly will I have sweet potatoes. And then as far as fruit, I typically eat papaya, watermelon, berries. If I had to rank the fruit that I eat the most of, it's probably blueberries and papaya, and then watermelon, strawberries, raspberries, blackberries, all the berries. I love berries. And then as far as melon go, it's like I eat a ton of papaya and watermelon. I'll mix it up and throw some other stuff in there, but cucumber sometimes, but I'm not super picky when it comes to fruit. But when it comes to vegetables, it's pretty much just asparagus, broccoli, green beans, and that's kind of it. Try to have some fun, but that's kind of it. All right, so we've got the chicken cut. I am gonna make this good because I want my kids to like it. Before I wash this hand, grab the big bowl. And this is where some of you are gonna be like, dude, what are you doing? No wonder you're so out of shape with all these problems. Listen, some people can go cold turkey and go all the way. Most people can't. I'm making this video for most people. For the people who are like, I wanna be healthy, but I also wanna live a little. So this gives you a good mix. Gives you a little fun, a little flavor, but also you can hit some pretty good strides. So I'm not gonna put a ton of this, but this is Stubb's Sticky Sweet. Of all the barbecue sauces, it's one of the easiest to pronounce ingredients. tomato puree, brown sugar, apple cider vinegar, distilled vinegar, molasses, water, cornstarch, salt, spices, onion, garlic, paprika, includes hickory. So of all the barbecue sauces, I mean, it's one of the cleaner ones. I know that's like, you know, still isn't great, but we're gonna throw a little more on there. And a lot of this is gonna cook off and in. And I know, Dr. Berg, I love that guy. He says that barbecue is one of the worst things you can eat. And he's probably right. But I'd rather my kids eat this than pizza, or, you know, they'll still eat pizza, whatever. All right, that's it. I mean, we didn't even use a quarter of this bottle on a ton of barbecue. So now let's go throw it on the grill. Excuse me, Golden Girl. Got the Traeger out here, ready. All right, we've got the chicken on the grill. Now let's get this asparagus ready. Cool trick with asparagus. You know, it comes washed, but rinse it just in case, you know, just in case. But you can actually just like, you don't have to cut it, you can just break it. I don't know how many people knew that. My friend Sam taught me that recently. So Sam, shout out. You might watch this video. I want you to know, I learned that from you. Man, I will tell you this, trying to film an unscripted video is a little difficult because everything I'm doing is like ADHD to the max. So put a little olive oil on there. I'm actually gonna use my hand to spread it around. I feel like we use tools and utensils for things, and then we get this stuff on our hands anyway. Is that just me? I feel like I'm asking that a lot on this video. But like, we use all these utensils that we have to clean, and then we end up getting the stuff on our hands. Why not just use our hands? All right, so throw those in there. All right, we got the asparagus in there. Boom. All right, cool, cool, cool. Now I'll sprinkle a little bit more olive oil on top. And then the secret, where is it? Right here. The secret is salt. That's the secret. Some olive oil on there, put salt especially on the top of there. And once that little light turns off, we can throw it in there. Cool beans. Now let's wait for it to cook. Yo, come on. All right, last meal of the day. This has been a really good solid day of eating. So we've got chicken breast and 2 chicken thighs with a little barbecue sauce and some asparagus with olive oil and salt. This is a pretty standard meal in our house. How is it, girl?
Good.
It is good. So good, right? All right, there is a full day of eating. I am full, like silly full. Let's go ahead and plug in the last thing we ate. And so chicken breast, we'll do a half pound of that. That was about a half pound. And then chicken thigh. Chicken thigh, ate a whole chicken thigh, boom, boom. Let's just throw it. Let's go ahead and put Stubbs, sticky sweet. I wanna be real, all right? Doesn't have it. That's the other thing too. A lot of these apps, like you're trying to track your macros and stuff and you can't, because you can't track it perfectly because everything's a little different. Even the ribeyes you eat are gonna have a little different fat. You're gonna eat a little bit less of it, a little bit more of it. And then asparagus. All right, let's see what our macros for the day are. Holy smokes. All right, and once again, this isn't perfect. It's not perfect at all, but we had 117 grams of carbs, not as many as I would typically eat. 133 grams of fat, also not as many as I would typically eat. 305 grams of protein. That was a heck of a day eating for protein. I'd take these macros every day. As far as the calories go, we ate 2,900 calories, which is, my goal is 3,200, 3,300 a day, and I'll take it. Those are the macros. Let's see what our blood sugar is looking like right now. 118, This has been my most stable day. It's kind of a cool little thing to see. I don't know if you can see it that well with the reflection, but this right here is my blood sugar throughout the whole day. You can see after my lunch, had a little spike after my breakfast, and then throughout the night. So it's cool to see. Levels, if you want to get a continuous glucose monitor, they're a great brand. This one's actually on its last leg. I've had it for 10 straight days and it's coming off tonight, maybe tomorrow morning. I'll see if it lasts throughout the night. But I sweat, I sauna, which is what I'm about to do. I cold plunge, and I swim in this lake every single day. So I put this thing through the ultimate test. But that's a full day of eating as a pretty average person who's trying to eat better, trying to fight pre-diabetes, trying to fight Hashimoto's, trying to fight liver failure, and trying to boost testosterone and live an optimized, healthy life. I hope this helped you realize that, hey, like, not everyone you see on the internet is eating just these specific foods. I'm sure there's 10 other animal-based friendly people that'll watch this video and disagree with some of the things that I ate, maybe even have some negative comments, but some might have some positive comments. And remember, the whole reason I made this video was for the 1 or 2 or 3 people who genuinely just needs permission to eat a little healthier without going all in and totally going crazy, because you can drive yourself nuts by tracking macros and weighing your food and doing all this stuff. And yes, your health and calories can be scientific. And if you do super dial in, you can get super dialed in. But remember this, a lot of the people that you see online that are completely shredded and have physiques that you envy, they're feeling like crap. They're feeling sick. So I have a lot of friends that look incredible and they don't feel great. I feel great, and I'm cool having a slight dad bod, and it is what it is. I'm not looking at my little pooch down here and embarrassed by it. I'm not embarrassed by it. I'm happy with how I feel. I'm happy with how I look, and I'm happy with my life. So I want you to know that you have permission to live a happier life. Hey, I hope this video helped. I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great day, my friends. God bless. You're so clean, man. No sauna tonight?
No.
Oh no. Do you feel better now that you ate dinner?